Hello and welcome to the vlog. I'm in Boston with Casey. So Casey is here for the, let me see if I can get this open. She's here for the Academy of Special Needs Planners. So she's here doing some learning on how to better serve her families that she helps. We are in the Revere Hotel in downtown Boston. And I believe Boston Commons is that way over there. And that would be where the end of the Freedom Trail is. And I have about 4 hours before I need to get back and put on some nice clothes for the mixer tonight. And then we are going to, we were just at lunch and we saw the Wilbur Theater is right, it's right there. So we thought, you know what, let's go to a comedy show at a famous comedy spot. So that is our plan for today. Yeah, let's go see what I can get into. This is a travel vlog. We traveled here yesterday. We left Kansas City. Well, we left the house at like 3:45 for a 5:45 flight that was delayed until 6 o'clock. And then to St. Louis, that flight was delayed almost a full hour. And we, of course, got into Boston. It was supposed to be 11:45. We didn't get into Boston until after midnight. We did not get to this hotel until 1:30 in the morning. So we were pretty tired. Hudson has had a bit of a rough night last night because, of course, we're traveling. It seems like every time we travel, she has some sort of issue. She did some puking. She's had some dysautonomia this morning. Casey's sister, Ashley, and her husband, Troy, that you've seen in many vlogs, are home with the kids. And then, of course, we have nursing. So they do have help overnight. So that has been good. I have been communicating and checking the camera with the nurse this morning, who is now gone and won't be back until 11 p.m. And with Ashley, checking the camera and just seeing how it's going. It's going okay. And Ashley's very confident and has it under control. Not a bunch of worry. It's typical Hudson stuff. Checked it earlier. Ashley was working out in the living room. Hudson's just hanging out in the chair. Hudson's been asleep. She's been awake. It's all being handled. So anyway, don't know how much basically the kids are going to be in this, but like I said, travel vlog. So let's head out that door and see what I can get into. Right? Running with old Paul Revere here. Tea Party Ships Museum, and they give you a card with who you're going to be playing. It's an interactive. QR code doesn't work, but anyway, we are just in a room waiting. They got people playing the part. I'm not going to be able to film in the museum portion, but they said I could film like on the ship and in this room and a couple other spots, but they'd let me know. Real interesting. This couple's from London, and they're here for the tea party. So they're here to get their tea back.
I hear myself over the roar of all 5,000 of you. First, a few words from a man who did not heed my warning and finds himself trapped in the ceiling.
Ladies and gentlemen, and patriots, there is some important safety information of which you should be aware.
Oh, well, goodness me, my friends. It seems that I've introduced all of you, but I forgot to introduce myself. I am Mrs. Elizabeth Palmer, otherwise known as the Beauty of Watertown, and I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Mrs. Palmer, you know, it's hard to believe it was just a year ago my Joseph and I were married, and just after my 16th birthday. My, what a present that was. When Joseph was courting me, actually, which books I read, and I said, none. Because you see, my father has this doctrine on women that we all must be beautiful, know how to sew a shirt, and know how to make a pudding. But Joseph there called on me without bringing me some new
Appears to be an ever-growing hole occurs in the English treasury, and now their greedy eyes have turned to our tea. Well, if Lord Newman wishes to enforce this meager 3-penny per pound tax to signify the supremacy of Parliament and its supposed right to tax these colonies, we have a right to demand representation there, do we not?
Hey! Grab all your belongings. You will not be returning to the old South Meeting House. Instead, on to Griffin's Wharf. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Right, friends, up the road we go.
Very well, parents. The pockets in really good shape.
Failed to specify on which side to offload it on.
Oh, absolutely. Well, follow me right this way. We'll figure out what side Just right off. You stop right about there, and then we can all fill it over here. My goodness. Well, my heart overflows with gratitude for your presence here this night, as our actions will have great ramifications. And 3 of our lightest chests of tea, each one weighing upwards of 100 pounds. As you can see, I'm very strong.
Oh, here he is.
Yes, indeed. Now, these ones weigh upwards of 100 pounds, but our heaviest chests, which are the majority of the cargo we have aboard ship this night, weigh upwards of 400 pounds. Now, let me see a hand among you. Who here thinks they can lift 400 pounds? No, not you? Not even you?
No.
I don't know. I kind of paid you for that when you got on the ship, but as you say, that is all right. We have a system here in Boston called Walk and Yes. Now let them hear you in London. Will you pay this tax on tea? No!
No!
Lift all the chests and 1, 2, 3, huzzah! Oh my goodness. That was absolutely thrilling. You have just destroyed 3 chests of tea. Now only 111 more to go. That is all right. We'll make quick work. Sister. Yes, indeed, my friend. You want me to film you for your film?
Got it.
Oh, God.
Thank you, though.
There needed to be key eyewitnesses to corroborate the story. So, what do all of us say? I wasn't the... I swear, exactly.
Oh, right.
So, Mr. Rakeley, yes, you're the only man arrested for the crime, but the only man acquitted. So, huzzah!
Huzzah!
And now, instant portraits.
All right.
So, should you like to take any instant portraits? Now is your
Yeah,
last
right there.
opportunity. Otherwise,
Can't
they
film in
stow
there,
away those
so
little
this has been pretty cool.
devices you all love.
See you when we're done.
We haven't-
Okay. So, gift shop picked up a. We always collect the magnetic bottle openers whenever we travel. Just came up those stairs. It was just like 3 different rooms that we went through. There was like a movie at the end. We saw a box, one of the original tea boxes, and some tea. You know, whatever. It was kind of cool though. I like the acting. All right, I'm gonna wander on and see if I can find maybe Sam Adams Brewery, or I don't know. That was cool. I don't know if it was worth $30, but I guess you got to pay for it somehow. Oh, gift shop. So I'm walking back to the hotel. Honestly, it's a little after 4, and so I'm gonna have to have time to get there and then get ready. But I thought this building on the walk down here, I was like, it's very Star Wars. And then I noticed this one, and it's like cantilevered. It's like all of it hangs over. Kind of cool. I felt like I was between 2 Star Wars buildings. So apparently I'm in Chinatown, and it's about halfway back to the hotel, but I don't know, I'm gonna kind of look around. I got a little extra time to kill. I don't know, knick-knack stores. Let's see this lady over here feeding the birds. So there's a bus like stuck, and there was a guy just parked on the street there, not even like in a parking spot. And I'm walking up, and this guy is he's finishing a ticket, and this guy walks up with like shopping bags in his hand, and he's like, "This your car?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Good. Here's your ticket. Get moving." It was pretty funny, but there was a lot of traffic backed up because of it. And I was like, "Boy, that was such a Boston thing to see." Day 1 kind of done. I found her. We went to a little bit of a mixer, and now we are headed to the Wilbur for comedy night for Rory Scovel. And I looked up his comedy, and he's real funny.
Oh, good.
So,
I'm excited.
Yeah. And we only have a block walk, and then we're going to be there. So I'm going to stop it here because this will be a really quick vlog, and so why don't I just like continue the next day?
Oh my god, I need a drink after that.
You guys are right there.
Okay.
It's Friday. It's around noon. I've been walking around for about an hour. I just passed this cemetery, which like Ben Franklin, John Hancock, Samuel Adams, like just a bunch of famous old patriots, forefathers. Wandering my way across to what they call the north end to try to get to the start of the Freedom Trail, but then I'm gonna go on past that and try to hit Old Ironsides first and then work my way back because the end of it ends really near our hotel. Right, you see that? Mm-hmm. Parked the bike lane. All right, I gotta get that map out. Okay, that was a pretty good deal for $2.95, I think it was. Took me almost exactly. Hold on a minute. It took me 25 minutes, and part of that was because I got lost on one block because there was construction, and then there was construction on a bridge, which the bike lane was shut down, and I had to walk my bike across the bridge. So, not bad. A lot cheaper than an Uber or a taxi, and less confusing than maybe taking the subway here, because I don't know. And by the way, it's a lot chillier today than it was yesterday. My hands are cold, but my body's warm because, you know, biking, walking. Tell you what though, if I would travel more, I think I'd be in better shape. A little windy walking down through here, and I'm drinking the rest of my athletic greens, my AG1, and wind blew in the cap, and yay, of course, you know, when you're wearing all white, bound to get stained. So I had to like go in through security over there and then around that building and then enter through the gift shop. So that's backwards from what we usually experience. So all right, we're gonna walk out and explore the USS Constitution, and then I'm gonna hit the museum up and learn a little more. There was a little bit of stuff in there, but it was mostly a gift shop. And also just got a message from Ashley that Hudson's doing really good. She sent me this cute little picture, and yeah, she's coming right along.
Walk the right way.
So I found the wheel here at the back of the ship. Yeah, it's stationary. It's got a compass here, and let's see what. Yeah, looks like one on each side. So they can, depending on what side you're standing on, you can see what heading you're on. And it looks like we can climb down inside. So let's do that. That wasn't necessarily made for backpacks. I'm gonna say that was the captain's quarters for sure. Bed back there in the corner. I'm guessing another bed over there. Pretty cool, honestly. Just thinking what it would be like to travel for months at a time on something like this. Oh, it looks like this is not the most person in here, but people are going down there anyway. Imagine something that size slamming into the side of one of these. Wow. These are also ammunition. Wait, you want some grog? Oh, it's in there. The size of these cannons. Look at that. Those are kaboomers right there. Heck with that. Oh my god. Oh, so I'm just gonna guess, I haven't gone around the other side yet, but I believe that would be the rudder maybe? Because the wheel is above that, so I believe that's what's gonna steer the ship. What do we got in here? Fire hose. It's even shorter still down here. I think stand up in between them.
Like where they stand.
Let's see the one here. Their own little room for months. And these were the fine accommodations. So I overheard the guy saying that they take this out like once a year out to Castle Island. It's like a mile out, and they do like a 21 gun salute, and then they sail it back. So it does still sail, so that's kind of cool. There's a bilge pumps below. And I don't know what that is. It's got, I don't know. We'll find out. And all these hammocks. Pretty cool. So what is this in the middle here?
The door?
Yeah, this.
So that's the pantry.
The
for
pantry.
officers. Yep.
Okay. There you have it. It's a pantry. Food stores. And one of the Marines.
That's what they would drink, and they were only allowed 1 cup a day because grog is actually as strong as 4 glasses of wine. So for all of my wine drinkers, basically an entire bottle. But enough about alcohol. And what else did the safety drink? So come on, y'all gotta get used to everybody looking at y'all anyway. You stand in the front. Stand in the front. So here is a scuttlebutt. Show them what a scuttlebutt is. Come on. Scuttlebutt. Show them what a scuttlebutt is.
Hi everybody. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit jittery. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me.
It's easier every time, I guarantee you.
Okay, thank you. Hi everybody, my name is Airman Johnson, or you can call me Jane for short. This is the scuttle butt. The difference between the scuttle and the butt was the measurement of how much was inside the scuttle butt. The scuttle was anything that was going through the hole. So scuttle means the entrance of the barrel. And yeah, I believe that's it.
Just like she said, scuttle means opening, and butt or a butt load is actually a unit of measurement, which just entails 126 to 140 gallons of water. And fun fact about the scuttle butt, anybody like comics, Jordan, video games? This is like the OG of it all. So you know how you got water fountains that are automatic now? This is like the OG, the retros of water fountains. So if you got like your Jordans or your new Nintendo 64, this is the equivalent in the water fountain world. Always like to point that out because I like Jordans and video games. But the sailors were only allotted 1 gallon of water a day. And with them being up in the sun, dropping down sails, refurling them, and then working these 6,500 pound guns right here, they would get thirsty, very sweaty, very nasty. And if you only have 1 gallon of water a day and you're somewhere where you can't go and have swim call, are you going to use your water to drink or bathe?
Both. Yeah, both.
That's that new age stuff right there. There was actually 450 to 500 sailors aboard this ship at any given time. So, I mean, you guys could kind of imagine what the smell would smell like.
Spent a bunch of time down there, and then he decided to start talking to everybody, so that was cool. I found the head. So Apparently, up here is where you go to the bathroom when you gotta do your business. I'm like, why don't you just hang it over the side, right? Yeah, this was cool. So, okay, I think I'm gonna go rent one of those bikes again, or see if I can find the subway line back in. But yeah, what do we got now? 1:30. We're good on time. Okay, successfully docked the bike next to the park that's near us, Boston Commons, because it's close to our hotel. I was gonna find the beginning of the Freedom Trail, and then I was stopped because right in the middle of the bike path there were a couple of guys fighting, and both of them were bleeding. One was bleeding a lot more than the other, and there were people yelling and calling the cops, and then had to wait for that to go by, and then it was taking a little longer, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna ride down for my half hour and dock the bike near the hotel and just find some stuff to do around here, because the Freedom Trail, good 3-hour probably walk. They say at minimum it is 2:30. I'm supposed to meet up with Casey around 5 or so, and so I don't know. I don't feel like doing that. The Old Ironsides Museum was awesome. I don't feel the requirement. I can do what I want. The day is mine. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go find something to eat. I have not eaten today, except for my green juice. And also, I dropped my phone, so it was a bit of a drama ride to where I was going. I have my phone in my vlogging holder, and I had that in the basket on the front of the bike, and my phone in it with the map open. And so I was checking the map to see where I was going, and I went down this block, basically, kind of a bumpy downhill ride. And then I looked down to look at the map again, and my holder was there, but not my phone. And I was like, oh my God, panic mode. But I had just looked at it at the block before, like the one street before that. So I knew it had to be in the middle of there. So I turned around, rode back up. There were a couple construction guys standing there holding my phone, texting Casey. So Casey was a little freaked out for a second. I said, look, I got it. It was only about 50 feet away from me, but yeah, I was in panic mode for just a moment there. Look at this, Boston Commons. It's a nice big park. Let's go walk around. Busy day. This would be cold back home, a little too cold for the park, but here I guess it's a beautiful spring day. By the way, Troy keeps sending me texts, but I guess technically some of the texts are from Dominic on Troy's phone. So Troy took Dominic to work with him today at the lumber delivery sales stuff. So Dominic has been helping unload lumber, and he's been taking notes and doing texts for Uncle Troy. So it's pretty cool. He's having a good time. Look at these. Pedal boat. There are no parks in Kansas City where it's this busy with people. This is crazy. This is like out of a movie or something. Sounds pretty cool. Murals, cool. I found this on an app called Atlas Obscura, and so it gives you things to see that are off the beaten path. It said there were these little dioramas that someone had made a long time ago, like in the 1800s, I guess. But there are just 4 of them in there, and it's in this just, regular old insurance building. That was cool. Talked about how much work she put into making those. Like the people, like one little person would take her a week and a horse would take her a month, something like that to make. Anyway, it's cool. I'm gonna go find something else like that. Found another one. It was a Salada T-doors. Let's see. Look how far up they go. Yeah, cool, right? So I don't know, you can lock on that and see what it says, but yeah. Okay, this is cool. I'm gonna use this app more often. You can see the seam is right there, and then it cuts back here, goes up, and then it cuts back again right there. So I don't know how much of this opens, or whether it ever opens, but that's pretty cool. I'm walking back to the hotel, and then I see this, and I'm like, isn't that this guy? So, maybe that's the spot. Might be. I don't know. We'll look it up. I'm headed back to the hotel because I'm down to 19% on my phone battery, but I do have a battery with me, but I'm like a couple blocks from the hotel, I think. So I'm just going to go back there, charge my phone, grab a little snack, wait for Casey. It's Saturday, right at noon-ish, and Casey's done with her morning meeting, and we are walking our suitcases. We are going to take a little adventure today and take the subway to the airport because why not? Cheaper for one, but also because, I don't know, it's fun. You get to experience something that you don't experience at home. I've gotten Casey dessert from this place 2 nights in a row. Super cool little place. So we're gonna duck in here maybe and grab a little bite before we head out. It's very loud.
Need a little WD-40.
Yeah, they need to squirt some lubes on that thing. Look at this old ass. It's coming back around. Here comes noisy. So we're at the airport and just chilling because our flight is delayed an hour or more. And our flight in Baltimore is also delayed, but fortunately we had like, 2.5 hour, 3 hour layover anyway, so we should be okay with that. The problem, I guess, is weather in Baltimore. So, yeah, so we're just...
With Southwest delays again.
Yeah, we're using the last of our Southwest points, so this was our last trip with Southwest, and hey, they're just confirming that we don't want to use them anymore. So hopefully we'll be home before midnight. We'll see. Originally, we weren't landing until after 9 p.m. anyway.
The ironic thing is this was the makeup flight for Atlanta.
Exactly.
So here we are having the same problem.
Well, it's been about an hour since the last update, and we still have, let's see, what time is it right now? It is 5:04, and we're going to get an update at 5:30 as to the status of our flight, but it was a funny moment. So there's a flight over here that's going to Baltimore, and then there's our flight over here that's going to Baltimore. We're at 32, and that one is at 34, and
there's one PA system.
the gate, yeah, there's one PA system, and so the lady from 34 gets on and says, hey, the 5:45 flight, is going to start boarding, the one headed for Baltimore. And you could hear the rumble from the people over on our side. What the heck, So she got done with her spiel over the mic, and then immediately our gate agent got on, and he was like, I'm just going to let you guys know we're getting an update, but I also want to let you know that flight over there is not going to be boarding. He's like, I'll tell you what, if that flight was going to be trying to say they were boarding before our flight was going to board, it was funny. It was really good.
It was an adventure.
We might have another night in Baltimore. I mean,
Boston.
What's the difference?
Big difference.
Well, apparently our travel luck has run out. I spent years traveling when I was a competitive bartender, and I think I had one delay ever, and now 2 trips in a row that we have basically had canceled flights.
Maybe it's you.
Yeah, right. So we are at the baggage claim because they are getting our bags back from checked luggage, and then Casey found us a room.
Again.
So we're staying another night in Boston. We did have an option to wait to see if our flight would get us to Baltimore, and then we could stay in Baltimore. So we opted for Boston.
Yeah, and plus there's more flight options out of Boston than there are in Baltimore. So I don't want to stay in Baltimore. No offense to anyone who lives there, but
F Baltimore. I don't want to stay there at all. 6:30 flight, so that means we've got to get out of our hotel at like 4 in the morning. So it's going to be an early night tonight. So yeah, this vlog continues. Okay, we got a room in a hotel downtown, and look over there. Oh. Good thing we checked because the subway doesn't run at 4 o'clock in the morning, so we have to like schedule an Uber for the morning. I need to clean this lens. And so getting to the airport will be fun in the morning for our 6:30 flight. Check in at 6 a.m., which means we need to be there right away.
we'll be up at 4.
Let's go eat. All right, we found Quincy Market, but holy shit! Look at the size of it. What a no! Mac and cheese, maybe. All right, so I opted for mac and cheese with bacon because I could see them making it, and everything else was like kind of dried out, looking like it was in a counter somewhere. What'd you get? It's gone.
Fish tacos.
How are they?
Not very good.
We're sitting in like this little Irish pub, and we ordered Magners. I'd never heard of it, but it's delicious. So yeah, this is about 2 blocks from our hotel. It was only like a 3-minute walk, but it is cold and windy and drizzly out, so I had to throw this hoodie on, but we're good. So we're gonna get back to the hotel, get some sleep. We'll see you in the morning. All right, we're in the Denver airport. It was a very early morning, very early. We got our Uber, we got to the airport. We probably could have got another hour of sleep, but we wanted to make sure we were on time. So we got to the airport, got on our flight. We were like basically the last ones on, so back of the plane, took forever to get out. We're in Denver, we've had breakfast, we're waiting to board at this gate right here, and then we'll be home to the babies, so. Back at the plane again, of course, but we're in Kansas City.
Yay, we made it.
Troy said, well, about 20 minutes ago, he said he's about 20 minutes out. So we are in the new KC airport. It's funny, I walked off the jetway and I was confused for half of a second because I was like, oh yeah, we have a new airport. So,
It was weird.
yeah, really strange. Anyway, so yeah, gonna get the luggage, go home, see the kids. So see you there.
Nice weather here too.
Mid-50s. I'm getting in the hot tub tonight. All right, we are home. You can see we are on the deck. Casey is enjoying some wine. I'm enjoying a seltzer. Dominic is playing basketball across the street with the neighbors. Look out, Astrid.
And as soon as we got home, we emptied a room.
Yes, and I'm gonna go show you really quickly. So last week we purchased a new bed for our guest room, which wasn't supposed to show up until like the end of the week, but apparently it's showing up tomorrow. You've been in here before. That was the guest room laundry bed. Well, it's gone. It's in the garage. There's a garage sale this weekend, so we're putting it in the garage sale, and the new bed shows up tomorrow. And then actually in a week or two, we are going to switch this room with Dominic. Dominic's going to move into this room, but we're going to paint first. And then that will be the guest room at the end of the hall. Keeps him from like looking down his door out all the time. Maybe cuts down on the sound going in there to him because he always wants his door open. And I think that room will be more conducive to his setup with his desk and computer and all that. Such a long trip. Again, a new long trip that we had to go on, but we are home. Hi, Sugar Bears. The Hopester's probably been wondering all week what you're up to, and so I had to show them that you are awake down here. And happy. She was a little sleepy peepee when I got here, but she's been getting her electrolytes and getting all warmed up with her electric blanket. She's had a few dysautonomia bouts this week while we were gone. So Ash and Troy and Cassie had a bit of a time. So anyway, yeah, home. And vlogs are moving along. So expect to see some changey stuff coming, because I got a few changey stuff that just showed up this week too that I didn't even talk about. But yeah, that is a trip vlog. And so I'm going to end it here because this has been like 4 days worth of vlogging. Remember, guys, to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. So go be somebody's world. Yeah, we'll see him in the next episode, won't we, kid? Can you say anything to him? Can you tell him anything? You got anything to say? Looks like you just said I love you on there. I see that. Can you tell us anything at all? You got any words? Oh, well, your tracking's off. That's why. Let's get it on. There you go. Can you tell us anything? You got any words for the Hopesters? Say, how are you? Or hello. You got one or not? Oh, my goodness. Every time we film, you say, no, I'm not doing it.
I love you.
Oh, you repeated it. Okay, good job.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Good morning.
Good morning. There you go, guys. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys. Woo, what a trip.